Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ Live. We just had the Mae Young Classic wrap up. Also, Smackdown Live. Big angle on Smackdown Live. So no shortage of things to talk about tonight. Please spread the word if you're watching this live. Share this link on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace if you still have MySpace. J-Rose says, damn, Kevin Owens is a monster heel. That was one of the hottest angles to set up a match that WWE has done in many years. But I will talk about that more in a few minutes here. I will give people a few minutes to get into the live chat and watch the live video feed. Thank you guys for checking out the live video as well as watching it on demand in case you miss it or want to watch it again. Keith Johnson, that was a vicious headbutt. So real quick, let's talk about the Mae Young Classic first, since that is just fresh off our minds here. Kairi Sane defeated Baszler. I forgot her first name. I apologize. I'm just trying to get familiar with them. I mean, I watched the recap of the Mae Young Classic. I did not even watch the matches, so I thought it was a really good match, and I was surprised that we did not see an angle, I should say, between the horsewomen, the MMA horsewomen, and the WWE horsewomen. But I guess, you know, WWE wanted to keep this serious, and, you know, you had the whole post-match celebration with Triple H presenting the flowers and the trophy, and I guess they wanted to keep it straight and not do a big angle at the end. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a follow-up. You know, there's been the talk about a match at Survivor Series. We'll see if something comes out of that. But I thought the match was very good. I was entertained by it. The crowd was into it, which was a good sign, definitely. I was afraid going in that maybe the crowd would not react much to it. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining, and it was well done. I liked the fact that Lillian Garcia was there for the ring announcement, and you had Jim Ross and Lita there. You had Mauro Ranallo. You had a lot of the different women, including cast members from Glow, including Awesome Kong. You had all these different people there. So they took this really seriously, and I thought it was very well done. The only thing I think I would have liked, I think that the vacant NXT title should have gone to the winner, but for me, that's just nitpicking, and maybe that will be the next match. Maybe there'll be a match with Kairi Sane against somebody else to crown a new NXT Women's Champion, and that might lead up to the Horsewomen match. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But anyways, let's talk about SmackDown Live, since that was the really big story tonight. Vince McMahon, of course, making his appearance, and we saw Kevin Owens confront Vince in the ring at the end of the show. Vince was late, which I thought was funny. So Vince runs the company, and he's always late to his own show. In storyline, it's just ridiculous. And in real life, we all know Vince is there. It's just funny that the boss doesn't show up in storyline until the very end. Maybe he was gambling in Las Vegas. Maybe he was at the Godfather's strip club down the road. Who knows? But anyways, Vince came out. Vince got in Owens' face. He said he only suspended Shane because Shane did not get the job done. Shane did not beat up Owens enough. You know, Vince took it personally as well. The shots that Owens made towards Shane's kids and Shane's family. Vince was pissed off about it himself, and he said that if Owens tried to sue WWE, two things would happen. First off, Owens would be fired, and then number two, Owens would become bankrupt, because Vince McMahon, he never loses in court. He's a billionaire. He always wins. And Vince said that Owens was going to fight Shane McMahon, and as we expected, Vince made the announcement, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens inside Hell in a Cell next month at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Now, Owens said that he would agree to the match as long as he would not be held responsible for any physical damage that he does to a McMahon. And Vince agreed to this. The two of them shook hands, but Owens did not specify which McMahon. And of course, Owens proceeded to headbutt Vince. Vince started bleeding. I think it was hard way, but Vince was bleeding, and it was quite the scene. I mean, it was an incredible setup. I mean, I did cringe a little bit because I think of Vince as a 74-year-old man taking these bumps. And say what you will about Vince. People say he's senile, he's over the hill, and he's out of touch. But damn, Vince took a beating, even if it's a worked beating. A 74-year-old man busted open and taking a frog splash from Kevin Owens. You know, Vince will go all out to sell something and sell the public on his product. And Vince did it again. I mean, the son of a bitch, he's, what, 74 years old now? I'm not even sure his exact age at this point. But he's old. He's into his 70s. And what is his exact age? See, I'm not the big trivia expert. I know some of you want to see me take on 72. That's it, 72. Or somebody else said 71. But he's around there. Somebody look it up on Wikipedia. I take a lot of time in coming up with the trivia questions on NoDQ.com. I mean, Jeff and Greg, I mean, I'm sure they would know Vince's age. Jeff knows how big Batista's dick is and so forth. I don't know all the trivia, so, you know, you ask me Vince's age, I'm not going to know exactly off the top of my head. I'm getting all sorts of answers here, 71, 73. It's somewhere in that ballpark. So I thought it was an incredible angle. I loved it. And yes, the Attitude Era is back because Vince was bleeding. Now, let's talk about Ziggler. A lot of comments in here about Ziggler. What's going on with Ziggler's WWE gimmick now where he's coming out there imitating other wrestlers. Somebody asked me what was better this week, Raw or SmackDown? I'd have to give it to SmackDown based on the main event angle alone. I thought was tremendous. Really sold me on the Hell in a Cell match. Raw had some good moments, but for me it was more of a mixed bag and some weird stuff on Raw. Somebody said Ziggler is a joke. I'm entertained by the Ziggler stuff. I mean, I'm not sure where it's going, if it's even going to lead to anything, but it's funny at least. I mean, I think a lot of people would rather see Ziggler wrestle, but at least he's doing something. At least he's getting TV time. He came out tonight, he imitated Bayley. Some people saw that as a negative because he's coming out there mocking Bayley and her entrance, and you know, some people felt sensitive about that maybe that's not a smart thing to do. It makes the women look bad. It's one thing to mock a legend like John Cena, the Ultimate Warrior, but to mock the women, some people have an issue with that. What do you guys think? Somebody said the Ziggler stuff is cringeworthy. Ziggler's a redo of Charlie Haas's gimmick. I mean, a lot of people think Ziggler is being killed here with this gimmick, you know, that it's just going to ruin him. Ziggler should come out as 1/5 of the Spirit Squad, was one of the comments in here. Somebody asked me about the Miz and Enzo promo from Raw. Go back and watch last night's No DQ Live. I did talk about that. Yeah, somebody said an unreal headbutt from Kevin Owens. I agree. I mean, that was pretty brutal. Somebody here said some people need to grow a backbone when it comes to Dolph Ziggler. No Nakamura tonight. No Nakamura, no Randy Orton. Rusev was barely on the show. Sami Zayn was barely on the show. No Bobby Roode. No Mike Kanellis, which is becoming the norm here. So quite a few people did not appear this week. I'm assuming Orton and those guys were probably in the main event in some sort of match post 205 Live. And I am doing this before 205 Live. You know, I was going to wait, but, you know, so many big things happened tonight between the Mae Young Classic and Vince getting beat up. I thought, you know, once the Mae Young Classic was over, I would go ahead and do this live. We have 154 live viewers right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please keep spreading the word. Can we hit 200 tonight? Can we do it? Share this video. Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. What other social media sites are out there? Reddit. Any of them. Thoughts on Zack Ryder walking out of the handshake. So we had Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. Benjamin and Gable picked up the win, and after the match, you know, all four of them were in the ring together. Mojo shook hands with everybody, but Zack Ryder just took off. So they're slowly doing some sort of split, but honestly, I do not care that much. I mean, I'm not invested in it, so my opinion on it is whatever. I mean, it is what it is. At least Mojo Rawley, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, is getting some TV time for once. When will Chad and Shelton win the gold? Well, now, okay, so the other big thing on this show, another big thing, we have new tag team champions, the New Day, winning back the titles that they lost at SummerSlam. Now, there was a report a few weeks ago that WWE was thinking about this idea of having the New Day. They're already the longest reigning tag team champions, beating Demolition's record, but now there's the talk about having them have the most tag team title reigns, I should say, as well. Reigns, runs, whatever. So, whatever. Do I think it's necessary? No. Do I think the New Day should break up? Yes, but looks like they're tag team champions again, and it's going to be hot potato with the tag titles. Whatever. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it is what it is, and we just got to deal with it, as Batista would say. Are you planning to go to the Royal Rumble 2018? If it's not on the West Coast, no. And if it was on the West Coast, I think I would have known about it. I think it's Philly again, or Pittsburgh, somewhere in there. Which city is it? Philly or Pittsburgh? Now, somebody in the chat let me know. Somebody said stale New Day shit. I agree on that. I mean, I'm just over it. Philadelphia. Philadelphia's hosting the Rumble. Like I said last night, if I'm going to a major WWE show or any WWE show, I'm sticking to the West Coast. I'm not going to drive to the other side of the country for a WWE event. The only exception, I mean, I'd really like to do Madison Square Garden for a major show, not a house show, like a major WWE pay-per-view, but who knows if WWE is ever going to do that again because of the costs of running a televised event at the Garden. WWE hasn't done it in quite some time now. When was the last? Here's another trivia question. This just goes to show you guys that I'm not what you might think about trivia when it comes to trivia. I believe it was Survivor Series 2011 was the last pay-per-view at Madison Square Garden. Leave a comment, let me know. No, Royal Rumble 2008, definitely the 2011 Rumble with The Rock coming out. That was the last pay-per-view I can remember at Madison Square Garden. There might have been another one after that. I know they did the Hall of Fame with Bruno at Madison Square Garden. That might have been the last televised WWE event, technically, if you're including the Royal Rumble, which would have been 2013. Yeah, they did do Brock versus Big Show at Madison Square Garden, if you want to count that. Like I said, it wasn't a major event. If I'm going to go to New York, I'm going to go for a major event. Thoughts on Mahal ragging on Nakamura? That was hilarious. That was such a stupid segment. I mean, to me, it did not accomplish what it's supposed to accomplish. You want to hate the heel and want to see the babyface kick the heel's ass. But when that was over, I'm like, I have no desire whatsoever to see this match. I don't care about Mahal, and that segment made me not care about Nakamura. It just made me not interested in seeing these guys fight. So I think it was the wrong kind of heat, but that's my opinion on it. You know, it felt like Vince McMahon or Kevin Dunn scripted that. You know, it's one thing when you have the baby faces make fun of the heels for being goofy or whatever, but when you have the heel making fun of the baby face for being goofy, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Somebody's asking about Portland, Oregon hosting WrestleMania. I talked about this last night. They really don't have a venue for that big enough to host it. Remember, Portland doesn't have an NFL team, so they don't have a stadium for that. Closest place would be Seattle. Again, I mentioned this on last night's NoDQ Live. It is archived, youtube.com/AaronRiffNoDQ. Yeah, Portland doesn't have a big stadium, so freestyle. Oh, shit! I just hit 200 viewers. Oh, no. Oh, crap. Oh, man. Okay, I will get to the freestyle. Hang on. Let me finish talking here and recapping the shows before I do that, before I completely throw off my my train of thought here. So, yeah, I'm stuck now. We're 198, but I saw we did hit 200, so I'm going to have to freestyle. Oh, shit. All right, anyways, let's finish. Not yet, guys. Let's finish talking about SmackDown. Natalya did retain the SmackDown women's title against Natalya, or excuse me, Naomi. Naomi did not even get an entrance. So, you know, I found it funny. Last week, you know, I made the joke about Ziggler doing the Naomi entrance better than Naomi. And then this week, Naomi did not even get to do her entrance, which was quite interesting. So I'm not sure what was going on there. But yeah, Natalya retained the title, which I'm happy about. You know, I felt that if Naomi won back the title, it would have been silly. Why even have a title change in the first place, especially when you had New Day winning back the tag titles. You know, it just, to me, it would have been too much. So I'm glad Natalya retained. Let's see, look at some of the other, oh, you're undermining black talent. No, because, okay, tonight when Ziggler came out dressed up like the Warrior, I said that, I said on Twitter that Ziggler ran to the ring, and unlike the Warrior, he wasn't completely blown up. He did look a bit tired, but, you know, the Warrior, when he came out there, he was just, like, completely blown up. So that was something else. I mean, I'm entertained by the Ziggler segments. I thought that they were fun. So anyways, that was pretty much SmackDown. Let's see, I'm just getting all the freestyle comments here. No, I'm going to make you guys wait for it. You know, like with Vince, I'm going to save it till the very end because I do not want people tuning out. So you guys are going to have to wait till the very end of the video for the freestyle. It's going to be terrible. Maybe I'll luck out. Maybe there'll be a storm or the power will go out and I'll pull a swerve on you guys. But I promised it. I'm going to have to deliver now. So the freestyle is coming up soon. I've never done it. No rehearsal here. It's going to be quite the disaster. I will show the cat. Maybe I'll bring the cat in the freestyle and see how that works out. So yeah, entertaining show tonight. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. Looking forward to that match. Hell in the Cell is going to be awesome. Should Triple H get involved in the McMahon-Owens feud? That's interesting because we did see Stephanie. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Stephanie McMahon made her appearance, or should I say her return to television for the first time since WrestleMania, I believe, in an official capacity, you know, not a video package or anything, you know, with the charity work, you know, her actually coming out as part of the storyline. I think this was her first appearance since WrestleMania. So you had Stephanie come out. Will Triple H show up? Never say never. Maybe Shane McMahon goes down in defeat at Hell in a Cell to Kevin Owens, and Triple H comes in, and that's the next match. What did you guys think about Owens, his weight being mocked by Vince? I know some people were annoyed by that Vince was, you know, saying that how could Owens have any respect for himself when he looks in the mirror, you know, that sort of thing, making fun of his weight. So what did you guys think about that? Is Bobby Roode getting lost in the shuffle already? That's a good question. This is 2 weeks now that we have not seen Bobby Roode in action, so it does feel like his momentum stalled a little bit. You know, I'm surprised they didn't do anything with him, not even a video package. So we'll see what happens. He should be on the show next week. I definitely think 3 weeks in a row is not a great idea, you know, in terms of Bobby Roode being able to keep his heat going. Future NoDQ panel topics. I've had some ideas. We were talking about maybe the worst promos in wrestling history. What do you guys want to see for the future NoDQ panel? I'm all up for ideas. Oh, we're going to be doing the Evasion soon. A friend of mine here in Portland, RJ, he's going to be on a future panel, and we're going to talk about the Invasion and all the reasons it was like the worst thing in wrestling history. So, I shouldn't say it's the worst thing in wrestling history because there was WCW, of course, but this did involve WCW with the Alliance, WCW and ECW. Greatest tag teams, that's definitely one we can do. Yes, thank you for pointing that out. We do have over 200 viewers, so yes, greatest stables, you know, that's another good one. You know, NWO, first team inducted into the NoDQ.com Hall of Fame, and we got the Hall of Fame coming up actually pretty soon in a couple of months. Myself and hopefully Jeff Meacham will be giving our picks, and you guys will be able to send in nominations fairly soon. Worst storylines in WWE history. Well, we did do like the worst storyline payoffs most underutilized talents, you know, Cesaro would definitely be on that list. You know, that's a good video. Although we did do something similar to that. You know, the wrestlers, the best superstars that didn't reach their full potential. We did do a video like that. Deplorable Hamp, you won't answer me, I'm leaving. All right, well, you'll miss the freestyle if you leave. Greatest one-hit wonder matches. That's an interesting one. Best and worst heat seekers. That reminds me of a WWE special with Buff Bagwell. What the Funk Worldwide? I have no idea what that's about. Best wrestling attire is another topic. Best butts in WWE history. All right. Does Rikishi count? Or would that not be appropriate? I don't know. Best Survivor Series matches. You know, that's a good one. With Survivor Series coming up, I actually like that one a lot. Best title belts. It's not a belt. It's a championship. Get it right. Best matches to watch live. That's a good one. Best live matches we've ever seen. You know, off the top of my head, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. CM Punk versus Brock Lesnar. But, you know, it would be interesting to get everybody's opinion on that. The best matches they've ever seen live. I like that one a lot. I think I will definitely pitch that one to the group and maybe do that one in the future. Best Hell in a Cell matches with Hell in a Cell coming up. That's another good one. He may have been buff, he may have been stuffed, but he sure did suck. All right, thank you. You're doing the freestyling for me. You know, if you guys just throw me lines, I could make that work. Are you going to crop freestyle part in on-demand version? No, I am not. I do not edit NoDQ Live unless you know, something serious happens. There's no edits on this, so if I stutter, if I talk weird, you know, it goes on the final video. It stays intact as is. This is live. This is what it's all about. It's NoDQ Live. No second take, so got to get it right the first time. But as it comes to the freestyling, it's going to be awful. I'm warning you guys now. But I am going to try to bring the cat in. Maybe the cat can be a visual aid. All right. Let's see what other comments we have on here. I mean, what were your guys' thoughts on the Mae Young Classic final? Since and your overall thoughts on the tournament. Like I said at the beginning, I have to admit, I did not watch the tournament. I watched the recap video they posted last night after Raw, and then I watched the match tonight. I was entertained by the main event. So what did you guys think about it? And serious comments here, no troll comments. What did you guys think about that? CM Punk drops a bomb, then crashes NoDQ.com. That's a good one. I felt it was fun, but I like the Cruiserweight Classic better. First round sucked, the rest was fantastic. I'm glad that Candice LeRae was there. You know, of all of them, you know, I wasn't familiar with a lot of the competitors, but Candice LeRae was one that I was familiar with, and I've seen her perform in PWG several times over the years, and I felt that when they announced the tournament, I thought, like, she should win it, but she didn't make it that far. I think she got eliminated the third round, I believe. Maybe it was the second round, I'm not sure, but I hope she gets an opportunity in NXT and in WWE, and I think because of her being with Johnny Gargano, I think that she'll have that opportunity, but she deserves it on her own. I mean, she's a great talent, and you know, to me, she's like the real standout of that pack based on what I've seen, and granted, I haven't seen all of it, so you know. I was impressed with it, though. I did think it was well done. Liv Morgan versus the Stripper. What do you think about Jason Jordan using the angle slam? I'm okay with it, but like I said last night, I really think that Jason Jordan needs to turn heel, drop the whole Kurt Angle thing, and I think that'll do him a lot of favors. Let him be a heel. Let him be a cocky, arrogant athlete. I think that's what he needs right now. The babyface thing just isn't cutting it for me right now. WrestleKid said Jason Jordan's smile is annoying. Should Mae Young Classic winner be the one to defeat Asuka? Not necessarily. I don't think so. I think Asuka should stay undefeated for a while. Maybe have her lose at WrestleMania. If you're going to have her lose at a major event. But you know, she's got an impressive streak here, so why end it in her first WWE main roster match? I would not do that. I think she needs to be the star of the division and have her be dominant for a while. James Ellsworth versus Asuka. Lose at WrestleMania. That's what I think. I think if she's going to lose, have her lose at WrestleMania. But other than that, I mean, I would just have her be undefeated and have her go on a streak. Cena or Reigns? Who do I think is going to win that? Reigns. I would be surprised if John Cena wins, but my gut feeling is Roman Reigns wins. The only way I see Reigns losing is if John Cena does the same thing that happened with The Rock, where Cena gets too cocky and overestimates, and then at WrestleMania or sometime next year, Cena has to get his redemption. How lame would that be if they just did a complete copy of that story? And I think that's some of the criticism now of this storyline. I think some people are feeling that Cena and Reigns are just trying to recreate Rock and Cena from 3-4 years ago with the promos back and forth and all the little insider references at each other. And it's just the problem is that you don't have The Rock. You have Roman Reigns there instead of The Rock. And Roman Reigns so far has not been able to really hold his own. I mean, he has to call Cena the B word in order to win an argument. How's the weed in Oregon? Don't smoke it, so I don't know. Asuka should be a Paul Heyman girl. I like that. I mean, if there's ever going to be somebody else that Paul Heyman represents, I think it should be Asuka. I like that idea a lot. You know, not all of the Paul Heyman clients panned out in WWE. I mean, CM Punk, I mean, that worked well, even though it wasn't really necessary because CM Punk is a great talker on his own. He doesn't need Paul Heyman. But yeah, Asuka, I think, could definitely benefit from having a mouthpiece like Paul Heyman. But then again, Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar, they have this chemistry together, and you know, it doesn't work with everybody. Hardy Boys versus the Usos at WrestleMania. I'd like to see that, you know, do an inter-promotional match at WrestleMania. That might be an interesting bout for WrestleMania. Did I even mention that? I'm trying to think. No, I mentioned the Hardys versus Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, pairing Wyatt and Strowman together and having the Hardys be broken or woken or whatever, and doing a storyline with those guys. Best tattoos on wrestlers. I think Orton has some really good tattoos. I mean, I'm personally not into tattoos, but I think Randy Orton has some cool designs. Definitely Orton and CM Punk. You know, I'm a big Pepsi person, so I like the Pepsi tattoo, and Punk's got other good tattoos as well. How come they change the stage of WWE every time they do Raw's? I missed that one. Best RVD match. Off the top of my head, maybe the match with John Cena. I mean, the matches with Jerry Lynn and ECW were fantastic. So, you know, when I think of RVD matches, Jeff Hardy and RVD had some great matches. But, you know, I really like that one night stand match with Cena. I mean, that was very memorable just for the crowd reaction and the atmosphere to that match. I mean, it might not have been the best match of all time, but certainly maybe the most memorable match that RVD was ever in, winning the world title and Cena getting just hated on completely by the fans. That crowd was awesome, as Johnny Boy said. Coca-Cola is better. No, I like... You know what? I do like Coke Zero, although now it's no longer Coke Zero. It's Coke Sugar or sugar-free, whatever it's called. Any match versus Jerry Lynn or Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I agree with that, Keith Johnson. Who's the best-looking women's wrestler? You know, I would say Candice LeRae right now of the current crop. That's why I think she should be pushed hard. I think she's attractive, and I've seen her in person, too. So I think that she should definitely be pushed as a top star. I think she's got all the attributes to be a big star, and you know, I think she's one of the best. Alexa Bliss too is definitely up there. Will the Broken Universe come to WWE? Don't know. I have no idea. Maybe the Awoken Universe. I think if they're gonna do something, they need to do it. If they can't get the rights, then they just need to just reinvent it, change it up, do something completely different. The Hardys are creative people. Let them just do whatever they want, you know, let them come up with a new, have Matt Hardy do a new accent, have him come up with new nicknames for himself and Jeff. Just change it up, do something new and creative, you know. They're creative people. They should be able to come up with something else and not have to rely on, you know, saying delete and all that stuff, you know, and obsolete. wow, some of the comments on here, I swear. For those of you that are watching on demand, you need to watch live because the comments in here, I mean, we got a combination of people being serious. We got the trolls, and it's just a fun time in here. Somebody said they're having sex while watching this video, so okay. But you know, that is NoDQ Live. We're crazy here. Oh, we have Vince Out of Touch McMahon in here. Will you make Roman look strong? No, I will not. That is not something I can do unless they pay me. Unless they pay me, I'm not putting over Roman Reigns until he actually earns it. He goes out there and blows me away. Oh, Vince just said F you, but he did not say the F word. He actually said it uncensored. Balor is the next Jeff Hardy. There goes the PG rating. No, because I did not say the full F word. I just said the F word. Where's the rap? Okay, we're past the 30-minute mark, so I guess I gotta do it. So here we go. My name is Aaron Rift, and I like to drift. John Cena is the man. I hope he hits Roman Reigns with a frying pan. John Cena is the greatest of all time, and I'm not really very good at doing these rhymes. Randy Orton is the Viper who likes to kick people in the butt, but could he kick the butt of Sanjay Dutt? Hulk Hogan is very tan, and if I was as tan as Hulk Hogan, I would be a very burned man. Okay, so that is my freestyle. I'm done. I gave you guys a little bit of freestyle. Yes, it was terrible. I told you guys it was going to be awful, but I told you guys I would do it. Look at all the comments in here. Aaron Rift CD coming soon. So, that will wrap it up for NoDQ video. I hope you guys liked it. Maybe next time I'll come up with something, another kind of bit. Subscribe to the channel at Aaron Rift, NoDQ. Do it right now. And hopefully you guys know how. So there you go. That's the end of the video. No more rhyming, no more rapping. Because this video is becoming really crappin'. Alright. So, stay tuned to NoDQ.com. I will wrap this up before I say any more stupid things. And we'll see you next Monday. Monday night after Raw. NoDQ Live will be back. Maybe I'll have a new gimmick. The next goal is 250 live viewers. So what embarrassing thing can I do next time? If we can get to 250 viewers, I'll have to come up with something. Maybe I'll have the cat do a rap somehow. I'm not even sure how I could make that work, but we'll get the cat up here and I'll you know, have the cat in front of the camera and I'll pretend to be the cat talking. Something like that. If we can get 250 viewers. Okay, wait a minute. I'll be right back. Alright, redeeming it. For the bad freestyle rap, there's the cat making her cameo appearance. Look at the camera. My name is Sassy and I'm a cat. Alright. Oh shit, I just made her fall out of the box. Anyways, see you guys next time. That'll do it for NoDQ Live.